will see the unusual way the doors open there. I'll just dispose of my coat. Hi, my name's Barrie Crampton. I'll just tell you a little bit about this BMW i3. It's the range extender version, so that's quite important. Then I'll take you for driving it, but first I'll tell you a little bit more about it. It's a Euro 6 5-door, as I said, range extender version, 2015 on a 15 plate. It's done 69,917 miles at the moment, 2 registered owners. The miles per gallon gets a little bit confusing. It actually gives it as 470.8 miles per gallon. That's combined. Call me skeptical, but that sounds a lot to me. Anyway, top speed 98 miles per hour. The range extender motor is 168 brake horsepower. 0 road tax. It has the rapid charge preparation, Arrogate's grey neutronic cloth, 5.7-inch colour TFT display, air conditioning, the enhanced Bluetooth telephone preparation with USB audio interface and voice control, 19-inch alloy wheels, the iLight streamlined star spoke style, and front centre armrest. Those are the keys. We've got 2 keys for it. A nice design, kind of like a sort of Star Trek thing. So as long as you've got the key on you. It's slightly different. It's keyless go. These are your controls here, your gears and so on. You've got start, stop, and you've got park on the top. So we'll just get going. I'll try and explain a few things. So we've just got it a new MOT yesterday. It had tyres about 5,000 miles ago, and I think they're the Bridgestone Eco something or others. So the proper, you know, the good tyres. So foot on the brake, you click start stop here, which is there. That's it. Put it in drive and click the accelerator and you're away. It's a very strange feeling if you're not used to electric cars to start off with. Dead quiet. So this one has the range extender. So what we can do, it may not come on just at the moment, but what we can do, if we click menu and then cycle the rotary control down to settings, click settings, and there, the third one down is range extender, click on there, and you can click whole state of charge. Now when I click this, there's the motor in the back, and the motor will come on. We've got 24 miles electric at the moment, and just when we get going, so it's nice and quiet. Let's get going a little bit faster. So we're actually eating into the charge. I can't hear it. It's on, but I can't hear it. As you go faster, it does get louder and you can hear it. But at the moment, I'll just go back to, I'll just knock it off, hold charge, hold state of charge. So we'll go back. As say, if I click there, that's your sat nav. You've got media. I'll probably have to turn that down. It's on my iPhone at the moment. If I click media there, external devices, we've just got a couple of sheep in the road. And it's actually playing an audio book at the moment. There you go, off my phone. So that's come up, the audio book. I'm going to knock that off. But it's got
Dell and commodity trading.
He says knocking, I'll knock it off, knocking it on. We've got heated seats here, also got air conditioning. Word of warning, the more electric things you have on, the less miles you have electrically. You've also got, you've got 3 settings: Comfort, Eco Pro and Eco Pro Plus. That's here. Shows on the dashboard and also shows up here somewhere. So if I click that, that's in Comfort at the moment. You just see Comfort. If I click back, that's Eco Pro. And if I click back again, Eco Pro Plus, that limits you to 56 miles an hour. That gets you the most miles out of your battery. I was going to say miles per gallon out of your battery, but it's the most miles per kilowatt, I suppose, out of your battery. You can actually override it. It will only do 56 miles an hour, but when I came on the motorway this morning, it holds you at 56. It kind of gives you a reminder it's at 56, but then if you keep pressing your foot down, it will go faster. But it does say limited 50. It's got limited 56 here on the dash. Also, if I take my foot off the accelerator now, the regenerative braking, you'll see here, you've got a scale in the center. As soon as you put your foot on the accelerator, it goes over to the right, where it's taking it off again, it's going to charge. Put it down, it's going to power. That's using power. But the regen on this is quite severe. And what you have to remember, there's no point in saving electricity if you then going to have to put new discs and pads on. So what you have to remember is to consciously use the brakes every so often, keep the rust off the surface of the discs, and therefore also, which is even more important, keep your discs in good condition, because you never know when you're going to have to use your brakes and not. I can drive this car. In fact, it's very difficult to use your brakes with a regen. I can drive this. See, I've taken my foot off the accelerator. We're going down a steep hill. It's slowing and slowing and slowing, and come to a stop. So that's with the regen brakes. It's kind of a different style of driving. You do get used to it. The thing that you get used to is the regen brakes. It's slowing you down. As soon as you take your foot off the accelerator, it starts slowing you down, and you come to a stop before you actually want to, when you've been used to driving a petrol or a diesel car. So then you kind of, you know, when you're on holiday and you're going into land, and you're on a nice steady kind of glide path, and you're going into land, and then perhaps there's a headwind, and the pilot just has to tweak the throttle, so you're coming down, it's all quiet, then all of a sudden you go, and well, that's the same with the regen when you're braking. You just have to apply a little bit of pressure to the accelerator. Now, as well as saving the planet, and I've said this before, I don't know what we're saving the planet for. A hair run out, I needed to use the brakes then. And I've got to say, with being new discs, they're not just worn in yet, and they're not fantastic at the moment, but they will be. Yeah, I don't know what we're saving the planet for. Where I'm photographing the cars again, McDonald's wrappers, beer bottles, vape boxes, all chucked out of the car window, and left for the likes of me to pick up. So, as you can hear again, nice and quiet. We've actually picked up a couple of miles of charge in Eco Pro and coming down that hill. It's a good, I mean, if I go into a corner, it brakes. You know, it is kind of a different way of driving. All the EV fanatics, and it does seem to be like a religion, to be fair. A lot of them, like with anything, you get people who go over the top. You get people who buy an EV because they want to save the planet, and you get people who buy an EV because it's cheap to charge, it's convenient to charge at home, not go to the fuel station. I've been using my Citroen Ami, and the biggest thing, from my experience, the biggest thing that running an EV has done for me is help me lose weight. And you'd be thinking, why? Is it, Baz, is it like a Fred Flintstone car? Do you have to run underneath? Well, no, but I don't go to the fuel station. And when I'm not using a Range Rover and I don't have to go to the fuel station every couple of days, I'm not queued up at this with the chocolate counter at the side of me going, oh yeah, I'll have one of these, I'll have one of those, I'm a bit peckish. So I've lost a stone using an EV. So I can see the health benefits from using an EV. It's not exactly greenhouse gases. Wow, look at them. They're big ones. Yeah, it's not greenhouse gases I'm saving, it's cholesterol in my case. This car has belonged to a friend of mine. We want to get into EV sales. We're doing our best, we're researching, but we want to buy the right ones and offer them at the right price. Now this car belonged to my best mate. We got it for him, and he's had it for 5 years. The range when I got in it this morning was 65 miles, fully charged, and also with a range extender. At the moment we've got, I think it was about 80 miles with the whole 10 litres of two-star, 10 litres of unleaded, and so you've got quite a good range there, 80, 140 miles and 145 miles you've got really with the range extender and the electric fully charged. Now the only reason he's got rid of this is his relations are down in Nottingham, and as they're all getting older, my mates, how old will he be now, 68, I think he's 68, and his brothers are even older, and he has to keep going down to Nottingham, and you know, he's actually gone back to a petrol hybrid because of the range. Well, this has been perfect for him just running around town, and it would be perfect for anybody else just running around town. I've had it on charge at the garage. It just plugs into a 3-pin plug, and if you can get into the mindset of plugging it in when you get home, then it's absolutely perfect. You get up in the morning with a full charge. Come on, sheepies. See, now, if this, I don't want to beep you because I don't want you to, that's it. Well done. Yeah, so if you can get into the mindset of plugging it in when you get home, you can set on the dash when it will take its charge. So if you've got economy 7, then let me just see if I can remember how to do it. So into menu, settings, departure time and charging. So charging's there. Charge immediately, or if you have a tariff, some people I believe have like 7p a kilowatt or something to charge overnight. So you set it to charge as and when. Ideally, you're supposed to not let the battery go below 20% and not charge it above 80%. So I'm pretty sure you can set that too. You can also set how fast it charges. There you go. Fast charge cable, standard charge cable maximum, and then you've got reduced and you've got low. So it's on maximum at the moment. I've been trying to engage the EV community to learn stuff, because I'm dyed in the internal combustion engine salesperson and mechanic and so on, and I would consider myself to be quite knowledgeable on that. I'm fairly knowledgeable on EVs and getting more and more all the time, but what I've been trying to learn is the best charging. For instance, I borrowed a car off Just Hyundai at Preston the other week, and when electric cars are sold these days, a lot of people buy them on lease. It's dropped off at the house. The first thing it needs doing is charging, and then you're on your own. Now, I think it's Instavolt. Instavolt do a range of chargers that absolutely bang the charge in. And then there was the one I went to, which after an hour it put 30 miles in. I thought it was 15, but when I checked my figures it was 30 miles. So you sit there for an hour at 30 miles, you know, which you'd probably use up, if you're going anywhere, you'd probably use up in half an hour, wouldn't you? 60 miles an hour, say. So it does take more careful planning. You can't just pop to the fuel station, but you can bung a quick charge in. I see a lot of people going on about Octopus Energy and cheap charging rates there, so perhaps that's something to explore. Anyway, that's it. That's enough about charging and so on. I just want to manage your expectations, and I just want you to know the features and benefits of an EV at the moment. It's getting better all the time, the charging infrastructure. It's not ideal, but this charges at home, so you kind of make your own luck. You make your own planning. Not a good day today for the old wildlife, roadkills. Back to this. So it's got sat nav, Bluetooth hands-free, Bluetooth audio streaming. We've got heated seats, the heaters here. We've got air conditioning. I've no aircon on at the moment. It's pretty cold outside. No need for it, so therefore I'm saving electricity. It's not powering the aircon motor, the aircon pump. The regen's on full, with it being on Eco Pro. And again, I'll show you when we're going down the hill here. We've got electric door mirrors. Actually, I could have sworn people can see us here where we stopped. Let's just check. There you go. So it's got power folding door mirrors. Get going again. They're electrically operated. Just knock that over there. Turn that one in. And that one. So they're all working. They're perfect. When you stop, you just put this in. Well, you can either put it in neutral or just put it in park. And if you put it in park, of course, it's not going to go anywhere. Then you've got the electric handbrake here. Your indicators on the left. In the end of the indicator, there's a little button, and if you click that, it shows you there 94 miles before you need to go to a fuel station or recharge. Click it again. What's that? So it's 50%, whatever that is. Clicking it again. 13.3 kilowatts per 100 kilometers. That's instantaneous. And again, if I go down here and we're on a hill, we're on a steep hill, and the regen has stopped me dead. I really want to get going and get some regen in. It's actually just, it's showing there in the charge, we're on about 3 bars charging there. So the weight of the car is moving the motors and putting charge into the battery. I'm just going to give it a blip. We'll get up a bit of speed. Take my foot off the accelerator. And then that's going full charge, and we're just maintaining a bit of kinetic energy, is it? So that's taking us down. But I've actually got to put my foot on the accelerator to overcome the regen to go down the hill. So that's what I'm saying about the brakes. Make sure every so often you dab the brakes. I would say at least once a journey, because disc brakes on whether it be a petrol or an EV, once they get wet, they will start to rust within about 20 minutes. Also, if you put your car away wet and there's water behind the pads, it can create a high spot on your disc, and you never get rid of it. You just can't get rid of it. So that's important. Again, I've just got a bit more electric back coming down that hill. it does get to a stage where you really are watching your driving. I'm leaving it later to brake going into corners because I don't need to, because of the regen and because I want to get more regen back. I don't want to waste it turning it into heat energy through the brakes. Let's see also. So we'll go back here. So that's the rain hit. I'm just going to stick that on again, see if we hear it. Actually, you can hear it now. Very nice young lady, thank you. You could hear it then. There you go. Of course, now we've stopped, no need for it, so it's cut off again. So the range extender only goes when you're going. If you want to use the range extender outside town and then use the electric in town, then that's perfect as well, an ideal use of it. I'm gonna have to switch that on, I think. Let's just see if that heater works. If I knock it out of Eco Pro, yes, the climate's come on now, of course, when you're out of Eco Pro. It's a matter of getting used to the vehicle, but once you are used to it, I've been using this for the last couple of weeks on and off, purely and simply so I kind of know what I'm talking about. But which would be a change, wouldn't it? I don't think you'll be able to see the dash here, but we're right in the center at the moment between charge and power. Put my foot on the accelerator, we're using power. Take my foot off the accelerator, we go back to charge and regen. Oh, I don't know. Let's just see. That's not going to be ideal, but let's go. Thank you. Gosh, we're running a small car today as well, and again the oh gosh, the big passing place there, which I should have known. So the i3, specifically designed to be an electric car. I think it's got a carbon shell. Great value for money now, you know, super value for money, and should save you money on electric. Shouldn't depreciate too much now, this particular vehicle. There is a chap in America, supposedly he's got a Tesla which has done 369,000 miles. He has made a couple of claims which I consider to be a little dubious, but I don't know. And for instance, at 369,000 miles, his discs are 20% worn, which is good going. One more thing, these have so much torque. See there, it's so fast and sets off so fast. Don't do that. The torque in these cars can shred your tyres and wear your tyres out prematurely. So if you buy one and you want to save money, just drive it normally, sedately. You'll get the best economy, the best miles per kilowatt for your electric, the best miles for your tyres. Remember to dab the brakes now and again, keep your discs clean. There's no point in, as I say, we've just put 450 quid worth of discs on it. there's no point in saving a bit of electric through regen and then every MOT having to put new discs and pads on. If you look after the car and you use your head, and perhaps it's a second vehicle, taking the kids to school, running around town. I mean, I you know, 65-mile range and 80 miles on the fuel. My Citroen Ami will do 45 miles on a charge in 28 miles an hour. My average speed in the morning is 15 miles an hour going to work and going home at night. And it's 4 miles. So I use my Ami during the week, and then, well, to be fair, I don't usually drive at weekend. I usually park my car up at weekend. So I've used nothing else but my Citroen Ami with a 45-mile range for getting on 3 months now. And that's the same with this. A lot more comfort than the Citroen Ami. The seats are a lot more comfortable. It's nice to drive. There's a good heater in it, which you haven't got in the Ami. You've got cruise control, all the mod cons, everything you need. It's a nice, tidy car. My mate has he's had it checked over every year, and I've got that done for him. It's been done privately through a friend of mine, so there's no kind of service history as such showing it, but it has been done. And everybody tells you, oh, EVs, you don't need servicing. You don't need to service them, but you do need to check the tyres, and you need to make sure your brakes are all right. And then, of course, every 12 months, make sure the suspension components and everything else is working fine. So that's it. It's a great car. I don't really know what else to tell you. The front central armrest here. There you go. We've got some storage in there. You've got an auxiliary in there, a power socket, a cup holder, another cup holder at the front here. Lovely car. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Ta-da.